Good evening. Hello everyone. Pop your hands up. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to picture yourself in a large open field. So here we go. Part 3 continued. If you are wondering what on earth I'm on about with part 3, I am telling you the story of how I've got to where I am, talking about spirituality, what sort of things I've experienced, what I've learned, in order to help you all, so that if you're going through something similar, you'll know how to handle it. And then also just to give you a bit more insight, and what I don't feel is enough out there is enough about how much spirituality can help people and how it's adaptable in most areas of your life. There's just not enough out there. So I'm doing these live streams to spread a little bit of awareness of that, and also just to talk to you all. So there we go. So yesterday I was telling you about how when I hit puberty and I was off out and I was using my gift and my abilities, which I didn't realise, as almost a radar. So I kind of knew who was a good person, who was like bad intention. And it was almost like a safety mechanism that I didn't realise I had. I also just thought I was streetwise, just thought I was quite tuned in that sense. Didn't really occur to me until recently that that was spirit just around protecting me. It's my gift, and almost giving you that. Has anyone ever had that where, you know, you're around certain people and you feel safe and you feel loved and you feel like, oh, they're protecting me? And then when you're around other people, sometimes for some reason you just feel uneasy and you're like, but they've done nothing to me, there's no reason for me to feel uneasy, yet you still do. So that is obviously your intuition and also psychic ability to keep you safe, and your spirits and angels looking after you. So that's the extent of really all I was doing with my gift. I was just kind of tuning into people that are around me, just checking that everything was okay. And if I was going for college courses, or if I was going for job interviews or exams, I would call the angels in and say, will you help me? Will you help me? But I always felt like the angels were really safe and really something I could tune into and feel secure. And I didn't really associate angels and guardian angels with spirit. Very bizarre really when you think about it, but I didn't. So I felt as if that was quite a safe net for me. I felt like that was a good egg, good place to go, good thing to do. So I did that naturally and didn't really realise that actually I was getting the support back. I kind of just said it and then forgot about it, and didn't really tally up that any of the angels were actually doing anything for me. And as I was saying yesterday, I was a bit of a tearaway teenager. I was a bit naughty. And then I went to drama school. Yep, I did. I went to drama school. And let me tell you how I got to drama school. Let me just tell you that bit first. So I was doing my A-levels. I'm not an academic person. I'm not at all. I'm not stupid, but I'm really not a studying type person. So I didn't know what I wanted to do after school, didn't have a clue, and just knew that I wasn't meant to be like everyone else. I wasn't meant to go down the A-level route. And everyone was saying, don't be crazy, you know, you need A-levels to get a good job. And it's all I ever heard. And I was like, yeah, it's not for me. I tried it for a few weeks and said to my mum and dad, I'm not doing it, I'm not going back. And they're like, okay, what do you want to be? I was like, I have no idea. I don't know what I want to do. Anyway, so my mum and dad took me around some colleges. And they took me into this one college and there was a performing arts section. And bearing in mind that I thought I could sing at the time, I really can't. And I enjoyed like dancing, even though I was too fat when I was younger, I didn't really progress with it. But I enjoyed all of that. So I walked out on the stage because they showed us the theatre, they gave us a tour. And I walked out on the stage and I just felt as if I belonged. I can't even, because that was a big thing for me, as I've told you all, like, you know, belonging. And I walked out on the stage and I was just like, I remember it. I remember standing there with all the empty seats and the tutor and my dad standing next to me. And I was like, oh, Dad, this is for me. This is for me. And it was almost like I saw a flash of the future. Like I knew I'd be on a stage. And I didn't really understand it. I kind of thought, well, I don't know what I thought, but I just saw the flash of like the future. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm meant to be here. This is it. I'm home. And my dad started laughing. He's like, okay, darling, you're home. And I was like, Dad, this is for me. This is what I've been waiting for. This buzz, this connection. But I didn't really know what I was connecting to. And he's like, so you're going to be an actress? And I said, well, I don't know, Dad. I don't know what I'm going to do. I said, but I feel so pulled to this stage that I'm just gonna sign up to the course. So I did, signed up to the course, and I met two of my very, very best friends there. So I think I was also meant to go to meet them, but I didn't stick it out. I lasted a year and a half, and I was just like, it was just too much. It was like an episode of Glee, it really was. Everyone was lovely, really nice people, but I couldn't dance, I couldn't sing. My acting was near. So I just thought, no, I'm never going to make it. This is just a waste. This is a waste of everyone's time. And I was going out so much and having such a good time. I just wanted to earn money. I just wanted to earn money so I can fund my next night out. That was the extent of my ambition. So I went and got a job in an office, and my mum and dad were like, look, if you're going to leave college, you've got to leave college for something. So I went for all these job interviews, and I went for an office junior job. And as I was walking into the actual interview, Mr. H opened the door for me, and he went, and I swear he says he never did this, but I know he did. He opened the door and he went, wow. And I went, because I was like, what? And he went, oh, come on through. So I went through, and then I thought I'd done really well in the interview, and I was like, so I did really well in the interview. I was like, I was so good in that interview. I was so good. And he went, no, I had a word with the manager and said, please, can you give her the job? Please, can you give her the job? So I got the job, and we started dating 6 months after. And it was just like we clicked. But the minute I saw him, the minute he opened that door and said those words, I heard a voice. I heard a voice as clear as day, a male's voice. And we were in this lobby area where there was nobody else, and there was just two clear doors. So there was no one. I couldn't see anyone. And I heard this voice say, and why would anyone say this that was human? They said, you're going to marry him one day. And I was like, that's really weird. My boyfriend was actually waiting for me outside the interview. And I was like, I'm going to marry him. And I was like, wait, I know. I must have looked a bit shell-shocked at him going, wow. And then that voice, I was just like, what? Huh? And then I tried to put it in the back of my mind and just went forward into the interview. But it was just crazy. It was just such a crazy moment. But it was almost as if it was spirit going, this is why you're here. This is why you've been pushed out of this, you know, out of your college course. This is why, like, it's just amazing. It was just amazing. And I was like, oh my God, you know, it's just weird. So I walked in, and when I look back now, I just smile. And I did tell him years and years later, I think after we got married, I told him. And he was just like, right, okay, that's a bit weird. I was like, yeah, I know. It's like, good job you didn't tell me before we got married. I wouldn't have, like, asked you. I was like, okay, thanks. So it was a real weird moment. But then again, I just put it all to the back of my mind. And over time, I think we're all guilty of this. And I know a lot of my students are, that you have these things that come through in these moments, but then you kind of just brush them off. You know, you try and work out for a minute what it could mean, who it could be sending you the sign, and then you just kind of forget about it. And it's like, why do we do that? Because spirit takes so long to come through. It's such a big thing. And then we just disregard it straight away. It's like, are we mad? Why are we doing that? They are so gorgeous with their signs. But at the age of 17, I have to say, you know, marriage was not top of my list. All I wanted to do was earn money to buy new shoes and go out clubbing. That was the extent of my ability of all I could think about. That was it. So I wasn't even thinking about another boyfriend or anything. But it was just crazy. So we had 6 months together, just being friends, and then we got together. So I know then I was meant to go to that job to meet him. And it was all part of a bigger jigsaw piece. But spirituality took a massive backseat until I was out clubbing. And when I was out clubbing, I would be the person that ran around after about 10 drinks, reading for everyone, passing on messages, because the minute I was drunk, spirit could come through, ping, 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 ping. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do with this? And I just sat there with my drinks like that, with a vacant look on my face, and then just run up to the person, pass the message on, come back, and sit there like this. And I used to try and tell them on the way out of a bar so that they wouldn't come and ask me any questions. So I'd run up and go, by the way, your nan says, congratulations on your engagement. She's really proud of you. And she's sending you a yellow rose. She loves you dearly. And then I'd run off. And they'd be like, with their pints, and bloke with his pint, like, what? But that's what I did. I can't believe I did that. So I was known as the drunk psychic by all my friends. So like, oh, here she goes. She's had too many drinks now. So the drunk psychic's out. But that's what I did for so long, which is so dangerous. I was going out, absorbing all these energies and no filter, no boundary with spirit. I must have been absolutely exhausted, and I know I was. I really, really got tired very easily, and I couldn't handle an office environment. There was too much energy, too many people, too many dramas, and I just didn't want to be in that environment. I just didn't like it at all. But I couldn't go back and tell my parents I didn't want to now work in an office, because they would literally have just tore the hair out with me. So I'm going to leave it there, darlings, because I'm getting looks from the family. So I better go. We're off for a nice meal. Enjoy your evenings. I'll be back tomorrow, part 4. If you've enjoyed any of this and if it's helpful at all, I will get to more spiritual things as well. But I kind of want to let you know that it's never always straightforward in the path of spirituality. It can be for some, but it's not for everyone. And I just want to be really raw and really honest with you all. So I love you all very much. Big kisses. Bye.